Welcome to Facebook Live show today at 1 p.m. Today we're going to be talking about saving face, the sensible way to wrinkle-free skin. And because, although it's not really addressed for men all that much, I'm going to be addressing it kind of from a male perspective. Although this book is authored by Dr. Sabina DeViti, and it was published in 2002. Mainly what I'm going to be talking about today is my personal experience with, how I want to appear, my skin to be, how I've been able to reverse a lot of the aging that I've experienced, particularly from when I was drinking a lot of alcohol and smoking cigarettes, exposing myself to a lot of chemicals. It's really one of the things that you really need to understand, that if you want to start reversing aging and have good looking skin and feeling better and being healthier, it's not always necessarily what you add into your health regime and to your daily lifestyle and business, but also what you take out. And so today we'll be covering about a lot about what you need to be taking out. And because it's not, your skin reflects your general health in what you eat, what you're exposed to, what you believe. Sorry, let me just close the door here really quick so the noise from the cats. There's a lot that has to do with it. So I'm going to be reading quite a bit from this book and then interjecting with my own personal stories. Uh-oh. Sorry, my cat wants in. Here, you want to meet? You want in? There you go. Come on in. Come on in, Aslan. You saw his tail there. You want out? I'm filming, so you got to get out. Go. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. Cat was interrupted by the cat. So this is a guidebook, and we're going to be covering over it a few weeks. But the first part of it is really going to be talking about the dangerous chemicals that are hidden within your personal products for men and women. This is from a male perspective. And I never really realized what was happening when I was using, deodorant filled with aluminum, or toothpaste filled with fluoride, or drinking water with fluoride and chlorine. I used to be, I think, like a majority of the population, and would think, the government's not going to allow those things, the cancer-causing ingredients in quantities that would be harmful for me. But you got to remember, think about how much do you trust your politicians to do what's in your best interest? And they're running the government, and their corporate backers, who kind of tell them a lot of what to say and what to do, are involved in a lot of these chemical companies and the manufacture of these chemicals and products. And you have to take responsibility for your health. They are not looking out for your own best interests. And please look out for your own best interests. So I'm going to give you quite a few hints on what chemicals you need to look out for. Please, if you have any questions, put it in the comments there, and I'll be able to address them. All right. Let's see here. So, and the reason I'm covering this is because I've experienced myself, by removing chemicals from my personal care products, I've been able to reverse a lot of the aging. I probably look 10 years younger than I did 10 years ago, although I've been shaving my head. I do have more hair today. one thing that I really realized how powerful this was when at one time I engaged a personal trainer, and because I was pretty heavy, about 115 kilos, and I was going to an event and I wanted to look better for the event. And I worked out with a personal trainer for about 3 months and nothing changed. 4 or 5 days a week, every morning, hitting the gym pretty hard, and nothing really changed for me. And so I kind of gave up on that. And then I was a couple of years later that I started getting into natural health and getting off alcohol and getting into clean water and getting off the over-the-counter drugs and any prescription drugs and not using them, and using essential oils as my natural medicines. And I started to cleanse my body and stop putting toxic chemicals into my body. And I noticed that after about 18 months or so, and I had actually lost a whole bunch of weight rather quickly, but after about 18 months, my body started to look younger and feel younger. And then I started an exercise regime that's only 20 or 30 minutes every day, which I continue to this day. And I saw real results. I saw my hormone testosterone levels boost. I was putting on muscle easier. I was still being able to enjoy things in life, but not having to diet. Just making daily habits to reduce the chemicals within my environment, what I'm putting into my body, breathing in, and then using natural methods. So this is going to tell you what to look out for today. All right. So the unregulated cosmetic and personal care industry has left us with a complex chemical soup, devastating to our lives and environment. I discovered through my own ill health with environmental allergies and chemical sensitivities the importance of using, at first finding organic, clean, pure personal care products, household cleaners, and food and water. That's one thing I got to add too. Many of y'all may have known that as a young child, I suffered from a lot of allergies. Used to get bronchitis or pneumonia quite often. And I no longer do after cleansing my body of a lot of these chemicals. So the author of this book, her doctorate was her doctoral research was in brain allergies, the influence of toxic chemicals, food, and air directly affecting the brain, led her to a greater appreciation and understanding of the body, mind, and spirit, the totality of our planetary environment. With knowledge, you and I can create a better world around us. Let's face it, we all want to look younger, and we do. We all want to look younger, and the chemicals that we expose our body to age us. So if you want to look younger, you want to look more attractive, you want to look better, you need to pay attention to this and get these harmful chemicals out. So in conducting several aroma facials at home spa workshops over the years, it became quite clear to her that the power of these essential oils have for people in saving their face and being wrinkle-free. So while essential oils can be used in a variety of ways, even the electromagnetic smog, our phones and our Wi-Fi, this book is just focusing on the face. So writing this book she took it from a lot of the facial workshops that she did and having fun with essential oils. All right. So her latest study of aromatics in mental and emotional and healthcare over the years has awakened a deep reverence for her with Mother Nature's inherent wisdom, and essential oils play an essential part of that. All right. So buyer beware. Quality products will not be found at department stores, discount stores, drug stores, and beauty salons, as they rarely contain pure essential oils. Even many health food store products contain adulterated oils, oils that have been processed with solvents and chemicals that the consumer is unaware of. So what she's talking about there is sometimes, most of the time, if you even go to a health food store and buy a bottle of essential oil, I don't actually have any here that aren't young living. Well, let's just say for lavender, and it'll say 100% essential oil. It's not 100% lavender, and it's probably not even 1% lavender. A lot of the lavender essential oils you find in health food stores and that you think you can go buy for $20 in a 15 ml bottle, and you think, oh, it's lavender. Hey, it's good for burns. I'll put it on a burn. Then you've got a reaction to it. Why do you have that? It's because that 100% essential oil, lavender, actually has no lavender in it. Many times it'll be lavandin, which smells exactly like lavender. And that bottle may have only 5 to 10% lavandin essential oil in there. They fill up the rest with an essential oil from many different plants, which is odorless and lanolin. And so it is an essential oil, but it's just a filler. And many times it's been extracted with solvents or chemicals, not steam distilled. So you need to ensure that the essential oil that you are using in the products that you make for yourself is therapeutic grade A essential oils. All right. So, what is engine degreaser doing on your face? Or how about antifreeze under your armpits, on your lips? Keep using these personal care items and you'll need a side order of chemo. Okay, please get these out of your body, out of use of your home. Okay, this may sound ridiculous, but when you start to investigate the ingredients in cosmetics and personal care items, the warnings are loud and clear: carcinogenic. Simply put, they are cancer causing. Dr. Samuel Epstein, chairman of the Cancer Prevention Coalition and a professor at Occupational Environmental Medicine at the University of Illinois, at the School of Public Health at Chicago, and the leading authority on toxicology, warns people of the harmful chemicals that may cause an unreasonable cancer risk to them. He points out that it is unthinkable that people would knowingly inflict such exposures on their infants and children and themselves if products routinely used were labeled with explicit warnings of cancer risks. So, I mean, if the personal care products and the home cleaning products actually were labeled with the dangers of the chemicals within them, you would be shocked. You would not buy them. So it is also unbelievable that the powerful multi-billion-dollar global industries continue to inflict such risks on the unsuspecting consumers, especially when safe alternatives are available. And there are safe available alternatives out there. So he's got Dr. S. Epstein is author of several books, including The Safe Shopper's Bible and Breast Cancer Prevention Program and Unreasonable Risk. So this handbook will briefly discuss those harmful ingredients and then provide a sensible, simple, create your own solution to natural skincare and how to wipe years off your face. If you got any questions there, please let me know. How we doing on time? All right, 14 minutes in. All right, so the Occupational Safety and Health Administration has identified over 880 toxic or potentially cancer-causing agents used in everyday personal care products. Dr. Epstein has classified chemical ingredients as ones that directly cause cancer and those that are hidden cancer-causing under certain conditions. There are over 40 carcinogenics used in mainstream industry, such as BHT, BHA, coal tar dyes, FD and C colors, fluoride, formaldehyde, saccharin, talc, titanium dioxide, and there's over 30 that are hidden, such as sodium lauryl sulfate, alpha toxin, arsenic, crystine silica, oregano, chlorine, pesticides, just to name a few of them. All right. So, like one common ingredient, the I cannot pronounce this, DEA. It's used by metal workers as a surfactant or detergent in cutting fluids, reacting with nitrate preservatives to form potential carcinogen. DEA is found in over 600 home and personal care products, such as shampoos, hair conditioners, cleansers, cosmetics, and lotions. DEA was found to induce liver and kidney cancer, besides accumulating and concentrating in the brain and other organs. Dr. Epstein has issued stern warnings regarding the use of cocamide DEA and loramide DEA. So according to Dr. Hula Clark, author of A Cure for All Advanced Cancers, propylene alcohol is the antiseptic commonly used in cosmetics, another toxic compound found in shampoos, rubbing alcohol, mouthwash, all shaving supplies, that little sting, including all bottled water, white sugar, carbonated beverages, and decaffeinated coffee. She claims that this is the basis for causing many cancers. This may seem ridiculous, but she advises to protect yourself. All right, so chapter 1, we're going to be talking about fragrances. Okay, so when you look at labels and it says fragrance, it's not telling you what the fragrance is it? And they're not required to. They're not required to tell you what that fragrance is made up of. But many times, and this is what we're going to cover here, many times this is what the fragrances are made of, and they can poison you. So fragrances also pose a serious health risk, often poorly recognized and an important source of indoor air pollution. There are more than 5,000 chemicals used in the manufacture of fragrances. And according to a report from the National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health, some 900 were identified as toxic. 95% are derived from petroleum-based petrochemicals synthesized after World War II. All right. So some of the toxic compounds include toluene, ethanol, acetone, formaldehyde, limonene, benzene derivatives, methyl chloride, beta-phenol. Okay, there's a lot in there. A lot of the musks and muscatone and many others known to cause cancer, birth defects, infertility, kidney damage, nervous system damage, and other symptoms. All right. For example, synthetic musk fragrance, in which about 8,000 tons are produced annually, is shown to have carcinogenic effect in laboratory mice, causes genetic damage in animal experience plus other symptoms. They are ecologically harmful due to their high dermal permeability in animals and aquatic wildlife. So every time you reach for a bottle of fragrant shampoo or soap or cologne, or laundry detergent, anything with fragrance in it, you're contaminating yourself and the environment. So think about it for a moment. How sanitary is it to wash with engine degreaser or antifreeze under your armpits or on your teeth? But that is what's happening. So please read your labels. Read your labels. Go natural. Please, please, please. And it's not, that's the thing. It's daily habits. I'm trying to get you to change your daily habits, because it is the daily small quantity exposures that go in and build up in your body And over time, that's when, and that's the thing, they build up over time, 10, 20, 30 years, and then the symptoms start to manifest themselves. That's why we need to change our lifestyle to get these chemicals out of our body. So some of the most common harmful ingredients to avoid in products are alcohol, may increase the risk of oral, tongue, and throat cancer. More men are diagnosed with oral and throat cancers, and there's about 31,000 new cases diagnosed in 2002, so a lot more today. It's mostly used in mouth washes. So imagine a lot of mouthwashes are actually giving oral cancer. It's crazy. Aluminum is a skin irritant and is linked to nerve damage, brain disorders, namely Alzheimer's, dementia, mostly found in deodorants. We already know this, and this has been linked so many times, but you can, a lot of the cheap deodorants out there that you can buy still have aluminum in there, and Alzheimer's dementia is at an all-time high. It's crazy. The DEA or TEA, from boosting surface emulsifier and dyeing aid. It's a potential carcinogen, as previously discussed, mostly found in shampoos and conditioners, bubble bath, shaving gels, shower gels, and cosmetics. Propylene glycol is an antifreeze solvent, also shown to cause dermatitis. Its kidney and liver abnormalities in animal studies and labeling on industrial bottles gives warning to avoid contact with skin, okay? To avoid contact with skin. And it inhibits skin cell growth. But it's found in deodorants, in cosmetics, shaving gels, conditioners, shampoos, toothpaste, and face creams. It's a bit crazy, Sodium lauryl sulfate. It is an engine degreaser. It may cause inflammation to the skin, may damage children's teeth, contain endocrine disruptors, mimics estrogens, cause hair loss, builds up in the heart, liver, lungs, and brain, can retard healing, cause cataracts, mouth ulcers. It is found in shampoos, toothpaste, mouthwash, hand creams, and cleansers. All right, I need some water here really quick. Sorry about that. I've been talking, this is going on the third hour. All right, next one is toluene. It's a hazardous waste and an endocrine disruptor. Potential cancer-causing agent, may also cause birth defects. It's found in cosmetics, nail polish, and fragrances. All right. And the next one I wanted to cover is talc. This is a bit insane. So talc has been linked to ovarian cancer. I don't know if you know, a couple of years ago, I think Johnson & Johnson had to pay out $80 million to a woman who had been using talc for a long time. And she was able to prove that it caused her ovarian cancer. And talc is in so many things. It's in the baby powder. Even if you look at many mineral makeups, okay? The mineral makeups that are for women that are supposed to be healthier than your other makeups, they contain talc. So it's similar chemically to asbestos, talc is. A known cancer-causing substance found in body and baby powders, feminine powders, and many cosmetics. Commercial talcum powders contain, on average, of 19% of the asbestos-like mineral fibers, namely tremolite, anthophyllite, and chrysolite tile. These fibers and particles are microscopic and can permanently and easily lodge into the lungs, reducing one's breathing. These particles can lead to asthmatic episodes. Women and men who use talc powder in the genital area had an increased cancer risk of 60%. And women who use feminine deodorant sprays had a 90% increase. So this is from a study in the American Journal of Epidemiology. Sorry, I can't pronounce it. So these small particles seem to migrate into our sex organs. All right. So talc, got to get talc. And remember, all of this, I'm talking about, these are ingredients in fragrances, okay, which is in so much different stuff. So you got to get it, particularly women, if you got to get makeup without talc, because the makeup is causing even more harm to you. It's actually aging your skin. All right. So enough on you can find a list of the chemicals, the harmful chemicals. Look, just read your labels of your personal care products at home, and then go look the chemical up and see what the warnings are about it. Please, please, please. All right. A study published in the Archives of Environmental Health found that certain fragrance perfumes produce combinations of sensory irritation, pulmonary irritation, neurotoxic effects, and allergic reactions. So it's not a surprise that asthma has increased in the last decade by 58%, and that 72% of asthmatics have adverse reactions to fragrances. Once fragrances become airborne, they are easily inhaled by everyone in the surrounding area. It's the chemicals that linger on and cause the irritations. Many of the chemicals used to make gasoline and cigarettes are also used to manufacture fragrances. Okay, before I move on here, I mean, I know I've got friends that have worked in the cosmetic industry or as makeup artists who now have lung problems, breathing problems because of all the fragrances, all the talc they've inhaled, the makeup that they've inhaled. It's toxic stuff, people. Please, please, please don't use it. Don't use the toxic stuff. Go natural. All right. One survey of 14,000 pregnant women at University of Bristol found that women exposed to aerosol deodorizers and air fresheners experienced headaches and depression, and the babies suffered from ear infections and diarrhea. Unfortunately, there is no regulation in the fragrance industry. There is no regulation, okay? Even though chemicals in perfumes are as damaging to health as smoking, okay? Did you get that? The chemicals in perfumes are as damaging to health as smoking. So fragrances, when inhaled, no matter what their source, enter the bloodstream and are able to breach the blood-brain barrier, gaining access to the limbic system. This affects the emotional switchboard, altering moods and affecting behavior and triggering depression. I want to show you really quick what they're talking about, okay? So, can you see that? You can see that? Yes. When you inhale those fragrances, okay, it is going in and going to your olfactory bulb, okay? That's that right there, okay? See, it comes in here and it's going directly into your limbic brain, your emotional center brain. So that's the olfactory bulb. This is a smaller representation of it. It's right there, okay? And then it's got your pituitary gland, your amygdala, your hypothalamus, okay? Control of auto body responses, hippocampus, effects involved in your memory storage, okay? Your pineal gland. So, I don't know if you know, but there's a whole industry right now in business. It's called scent marketing, okay? And they are basically, I don't know if you want to say controlling, but they are affecting your emotional response when you go into a store or walking through a mall by the scent that they're pumping out of the stores. And what they're doing is they're invoking an emotional response from you. But the problem is the fragrance chemicals are harmful. They eventually they get into your brain because the molecules are very small, and they can give you cancer and disrupt your endocrine system, your hormonal system. That's why when I was sharing my story before, it's like, man, I couldn't get in shape. I couldn't lose weight because I was So my body was so hormonally messed up because of all the chemicals in my system. And once I started to get that clean, then my body could respond and get back into balance. So continue on here. In a 1991 report by the American EPA, tolling was found. So tolling was found. It's a common chemical used in preparation of perfumes in every single fragrance sample collected by the agency. Toluene is designated as a hazardous waste by the EPA, as it has been shown to cause cancer and nervous system damage. It is not surprising why the numbers of people reacting to perfumes has escalated. Reactions such as headaches, watery eyes, moodiness, tiredness, depression, irritability are a few of the reported symptoms. I do not find anything romantic about dabbing on hazardous waste onto your skin or exposing yourself to tobacco smoke and toxic vapors that cause cancer in mice. 90% of the EPA's hazardous waste list was discovered in 10 chemically well-known scented products. For example, Chantilly spray mist. I don't know what that is. Giorgio perfume, know what that is. Downy fabric softeners. I got to tell you, fabric softeners and the plugins are some of the worst culprits in polluting the air with fragrance oils that are damaging, giving you brain damage, causing cancer. Get them out of your home. All right. Chemical scents are nonsense to use. It is not worth dying for good looks or fragrant smells. Hence, it is important and makes common sense to use Mother Nature's most sacred natural plant aromatics. The question is, how do we obtain them? All right. One thing I wanted to cover here really quick is skin absorption. Okay, there's many products out there that say not for internal use but they're to put on your skin. And that's the thing. Your skin is permeable. Okay, whatever you put on your skin is getting into your body. That's internal use. It's kind of an oxymoron. Okay, the skin is highly permeable to carcinogenic and toxic ingredients. Women, in particular, are at higher risk for absorption than men, as they are more thin-skinned. It's crazy. This makes their skin more permeable, thus more susceptible to transdermal passage of toxic chemicals and other foreign substances. There is evidence showing that the permeability of skin to carcinogens may be greater than that of the intestines. As presented in the 1978 congressional hearings, the absorption formed by nitrosation of DEA is over 100 times greater from the skin than by the mouth. Consumption of this carcinogen has been associated with up to 4 to 7-fold increased risks of childhood brain cancer and leukemia. Okay, that's crazy, people. It's just crazy. So, I don't know about the average person. The average woman is exposed to 300 chemicals a day, and 80 of those are even before she even walks out the door because of shampoo, hairspray, makeup, deodorant, dishwashing soap, surface spray, all those, the personal care products and home products, moisturizers and toners and cleansers and soap and shave cream and deodorant, talc, all that stuff, people, it builds up every day. We've got to change those habits. So over 30 years ago, Rachel Carson's book called Silent Spring first warned us of the deadly toll that synthetic chemicals were taking on birds and wildlife. Today, the groundbreaking work in Our Stolen Future gives us an utterly gripping account that traces birth defects, sexual abnormalities, and reproductive failures in wildlife to the countless man-made chemical compounds never before encountered. We face a serious situation today. There is a widespread use of dangerous ingredients in our total environment. 100,000 synthetic chemicals are now on the product around the world that includes a wide range of industrial carcinogens and pesticides. Okay? Like, you know, we're also concerned with global warming. I mean, people, the globe, we are not so powerful to raise and lower the temperature of the world. Okay? We might have a slight effect. Okay? But the temperature of the world has been increasing and decreasing for thousands of years. And if you look at the history of global warming and the global warming narrative, it was basically constructed by some politicians under the influence of corporate influencers, because it's a smokescreen. So if you can get the environmentalists to focus on global warming and emissions of carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide, then they won't be so focused on the chemical poisoning and the environmental dumping of all the chemicals within our environment and into our personal products. It's a diversion. It's a smokescreen. People, please, please, please. Okay. So we can do something about this chemical soup by stopping to use these toxic products. The simple answer is going natural and being sensible. Natural essential oils and plant ingredients have a much safer track record. They have been used for thousands of years as medicine, as skincare, including by the Egyptians. So a word about the holistic approach. With an emphasis in our society on youth and beauty, many people today become clouded with the latest trends. One of these is the recent thrust in the use of pharmaceuticals that target the symptoms of aging in skin, and also the big, huge mineral makeup boom and natural health and organic. But if you look at it, a lot of it isn't organic. A lot of it isn't natural health. And I'm telling you, and we're going to cover it a little bit later in this book, you can go get some basic ingredients. From basic ingredients, not too expensive, you can make your own healthy skincare at home. I do it all the time. I'm going to show you how. So while the cosmeceuticals are safer than the chemical skincare products by utilizing nutritive compounds, they still feature isolated active ingredients. So whereas the essential oils embodies the wholeness of the plant, working synergistically to support the overall health of the skin and body. Okay, so the most expensive skin preparations on the world market today contain essential oils. Essential oils are powerful healing substances from nature containing the highest in antioxidants naturally inherent in the constituents of the oils. Essential oils support the overall health of the skin through a holistic approach by assisting the skin to perform its own natural functions. Essential oils are not a quick fix by any means, nor did one develop wrinkles overnight. It is a holistic lifestyle to radiant beauty. So on the next show, we'll be talking about a little bit about the aging skin. Today, we're talking about the fragrances and the chemicals. Please, people, you need to get as much as you can of the chemicals out of your body and stop using the chemicals that are poisoning you every day. It is easier than you think. You can go natural, and it would just make a huge impact on yourself. And do it just a little bit of thing at a time, you know. Toss out the deodorant, okay? Yes. I know you can go and get some cheap deodorants at the store, and They may make you smell better, and they only cost $4, okay? But they're poisoning you. You're going to pay for it in the end with all that chemical exposure. You may lose your mind over it from the aluminum poisoning in your brain, okay? Like I use this one here from Young Living. It's a deodorant. Yes, it's $18. Ooh, expensive, yes, but it'll last me 6 months and it works. It's a lot harder, a lot tougher than the other one. So in the long run, it's a lot cheaper for me. Remember, skincare we just talked about one facet of it to looking younger is getting the chemicals out of your body and your daily exposure, reducing your daily exposure. Then we're going to be talking a little bit about, what you need to be putting in your body food-wise, antioxidant-wise, what you can then be putting on your skin at different days and nights and cleansing and doing a regime like that. We'll also talk about a little bit about mindset. But the next week, we will be talking about aging skin. So we're going to learn a little bit about skin and the theories behind what is aging our skin. All right. So don't forget to join us next week. Same bat time, same bat channel, and have a wonderful week. And bless you all. Bye.